I didn't see this one coming, to be honest. Yeah, the car was a lot more balanced, I think, throughout the whole race, and yeah, that made me push a bit harder, I guess, on the tires, and that worked. Yeah, very, very happy. I think on both of the compounds, I think we're quite competitive, and I think that has been a while.
Yeah, I mean, a tough race, a long race. Kind of was going the way, then it goes away from you, and then it comes back. So just a bit of a race of patience today, which is always hard to prepare for. But I think we did a good job with the strategy with going long in the first stint. I think the only downside is we just didn't have the pace to the Red Bull. They were very quick. Max was very quick today. And not only did we struggle on pace, but I think we also struggled just with the degradation of things too. So, you know, what was our biggest strength 2 weekends ago turned into not being good enough this weekend.
I mean, obviously a bit disappointed. It was a tough race. Yeah, not a lot of things went our way today. I think obviously turn one wasn't great from me, and then yeah, I think we decided to go one way with the strategy, and I don't think it was the right way in the end. But at that point, it seemed like a decent idea. So and then afterwards, pretty much every VSC and safety car was poorly timed. So yeah, just a tough race. I think to come out third is still okay, obviously, but yeah, not quite the afternoon we were looking for.
To drive in front of the Tifosi today, this weekend, has been, a highlight of the year so far, and there's a lot of pressure on us as a team with not struggling through the year so far with the car and particularly with our qualifying. So to have such a strong race and to be moving forwards, making ground, it was such a great feeling. And I would say for me, I don't remember the last time I had a race like that where you're moving forwards. I'm sure there was one maybe last year, but this one's different, obviously, because I'm in the red car, and I haven't done that yet. So to finally have that connection, that synergy with the car today and progressing was a really great feeling.
On a pure race, we were fighting for P3, P4, but that's no safety cars. That's just a pure situation. Obviously, maybe a little bit lucky with the VSC, admittedly, but at the same time, got unlucky again on the last safety car. So yeah, back-to-back P5s and coming away today a bit disappointed, which is a bit strange to say. Yeah, I think maybe could have raced Charles a bit differently. Could have done a bit better there. Obviously lost out to Lewis, and then maybe could have been a bit more patient with my overtake to Charles. I was kind of honestly licking my lips. I thought I could even get Oscar up in front as well if such was the pace and the new tyres we had on the car. So yeah, very happy.
I was very frustrated with the safety car, especially because the first one was in completely the wrong place for my strategy. The second one was horrible because I couldn't take it because I had no tyres left. So it was just a frustrating day, but it's the way it is. It's always going to be frustrating when you are fighting for P4, P5, P6. I know, I feel that I'm driving frustrated already. So yeah, it's just annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I made a great start, and I was hoping Oscar was going to move over slightly just to block Max in, but yeah, didn't. And then it was just downhill from there. It was a disastrous day, had no pace, and yeah, I was glad to see the checkered flag.
Obviously a bit unhappy right now after another weekend where we have a good pace, strong enough to score a top 5 today. We were quicker than Mercedes, quicker than Ferrari. I honestly felt really good out there the whole weekend, but for some reason we don't seem to catch a break on Sundays with the race execution. We pitted really early, felt too early at the time. It obviously was too early in the end, but yeah, we just need to keep making steps forward on understanding each other on Sundays, because at the moment it's costing us a lot of points.
Again, difficult start for me. We need to work on that. That's the main point, and the rest was perfect. I mean, we couldn't have done a better tire management. Pace was strong. Still not as fast as the Williams on the medium. We have some work to do there, and strategy was good. So now I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm at least I'm happy that I gave something to the team, especially the amount of work they put overnight, especially mechanics, was massive. So yeah, you know, I'm okay that I at least gave something, but at the same time, yeah, it was very frustration still from last night, from last qualifying, and I couldn't really sleep much last night. So, but anyway, have to move on, and it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it was just unlucky. You know, the car was super today. We followed the McLaren and Russell at the beginning of the race, which was definitely a good surprise for us to be that competitive in the front part of the field. And then, I think we were okay to secure P6, P7 with both cars, and then the virtual safety car gave the opportunity to everyone to stop and exit in front of us, and our race was over. So, I think extremely unlucky, but the car was competitive, had a good fight. Even at the end, I overtook 3 or 4 cars of the midfield in 9 laps, so it's something that we were not used to this year, so definitely a step forward.
It was definitely one of the closer ones and more positive ones this year, but obviously we got a little lucky with the VSC timing, you know, that gave us a cheap stop, and you know that's why we were in that position in the first place. However, you know, it was going quite alright. I think the pace was pretty respectable on many occasions, but the safety car obviously put everyone together, and just surrounded with a couple of faster cars from behind that unfortunately we couldn't keep behind.
I mean, personally not happy with my race because I made that mistake which should not really happen. I battled hard and I tried too hard, and I thought I would be able to stick around the outside, leaving some space for Charles on the inside. But fortunately, when I turned in, I just had no grip and couldn't make the corner. So. That for sure made us drop 4 position, I think, initially. Then we revert, let's say we decided to go on a 2-stop. I mean, it was looking decent. I think we would have been fighting the 1-stopper towards the end of the race, and with that late safety car, it gave them 3 pit stops. So not really, luck wasn't really on our side, but I think objectively overall we probably struggled also a bit more with the tires than we anticipated before the race. So a lot of things to review.
Just pretty disappointed. For everybody obviously on my side. As you said, we just got caught out by VSCs and safety cars today, and unfortunately that's what's put us down the back. So just a difficult weekend.
Just bad luck with the safety car.
In terms of the way the car felt, is that encouraging for the future? The upgrade seems to have worked?
We'll see next week. Very different kind of track, so we'll see if we can continue the form.
It was okay. It was, I think, pretty good pace at the start of the race compared to the others. I made the C5, the medium, last very long. So we were on a 1-stop, and then that BSC came just a few laps after I made my stop, and it kind of just put me in a very difficult situation. Already with 8 laps on the tires, and just struggling a bit to keep up with the pace with the guys.
Honestly, it wasn't a bad race at all, but unfortunately we had a problem in the pit stop. We were in a really good position, going for the 1-stop. So when the VSC came out, we switched onto the medium. I was coming out the pits just behind Russell, and he was P7 at the end. So we were on for a good race, I think. Unfortunately, my wheel wasn't attached properly in the pit stop.
Not the easiest race. I think, sometimes in racing you get lucky and unlucky. Today was an unlucky virtual safety car that cost us a lot of momentum in that first part of the race. We had a good pace on the hards. So just a bit frustrating because of that. And then after that, it's a consequence of what happened. We're not fighting in the front, so any position lost there, you go back to the back. So
Yeah, definitely was not the happiest of the endings. It was difficult. First thing was mainly stuck in the DRS train, and obviously the tire took a hit, so was just trying to hang on. And then we were lucky with the VSC, and then back on the medium. And to be honest, I had high hopes, but then after a couple of laps I started to have the throttle issue, and and then at the end it completely went off. And of course it's a shame, but it's things that happens.
We had an air consumption issue, so I had to stop the car basically at the exit of turn 7. So yeah, I don't really know much more at the moment. I just came back from the track. So yeah, it's getting investigated, obviously, but yeah, it wasn't going to be a great race, to be fair. So plenty for us to review from this weekend, and hopefully we can come back stronger in the next one.